distinguished guests, members of the graduating class, fellow members of the Board of Governors, ladies and gentlemen, I have the distinct pleasure to oversee the installation of the President and Vice Chancellor on behalf of the Board of Governors and Carleton University. Carleton is an exemplary institution which for the last decade has been stewarded by the strong leadership of Dr. Roseanne O'Reilly-Runte and Dr. Alistair Summerlee. The transition of leadership marks the beginning of a new era, one which includes shaping and developing our new strategic plan. It provides an opportunity to build upon our many great successes while also furthering our commitment to the advancement of learning, research, teaching, and community service in new and innovative ways. In our search for Carleton's 15th President and Vice Chancellor, we were seeking a leader, a visionary, and an innovator to steer us into this new era. Dr. Benoit-Antoine Bacon is the embodiment of these qualities. He's an accomplished teacher, researcher, and academic administrator, and has the passion and energy, and I expect that he will bring this to the presidency. And he is already inspiring our talented students, faculty, staff, and alumni. The President and Vice Chancellor is the Chief Executive Officer of the university. In this role, Dr. Bacon will provide institutional leadership, supervision over and direction of the academic work, and general administration of the university. He will develop and drive the mission, strategies, and advancement of the university while acting as our chief advocate, principal ambassador, and voice on a global scale. The role requires full commitment of service to the community, students, faculty, and staff. I will now ask Dr. Bacon to affirm his commitment to Carleton University by swearing of an oath. If it's okay, I'll look at you, Benoit, while I read this. Benoit-Antoine Bacon, do you promise to perform the duties of President and Vice Chancellor of Carleton University as prescribed by law and by the statutes of the university? And do you pledge that you will defend the rules and promote the welfare of the university and the members thereof?
I so promise.
By the authority of the Senate and the Board of Governors, I now declare you, Benoit-Antoine Bacon, President and Vice Chancellor of Carleton University, with all the rights and privileges of that office. I ask the Marshal and Clerk of the Senate to invest you with the robes of office, to be worn in token and symbol alike of your office at the university and of your guardianship of academic integrity and freedom of inquiry here in our midst and throughout the world. Does it fit? Yeah. Okay, sir. Good. Excellent. I'd like to welcome Elder Barbara Dumont Hill of the Algonquin Nation, Kahente Hornmiller of the Mohawk Nation, and Benny Michaud of the Métis Nation, who are here for the presentation of a sacred eagle feather.
President Bacon, you are taking on a big responsibility today with these new duties. And with this gift, this presentation of this eagle feather, you are taking on another responsibility to have this feather guide you on this journey that you are beginning today, a commitment of respect, of truth, of journeying with Indigenous people here at the university, the students and the staff alike. And this feather is going to hold you up on days when you feel burdened. This feather is going to guide you in your vision. immense vision you are going to need as you travel on this journey. It is going to help you create balance, bring balance back to where it is needed, to bring humanity back and the care of all the people of this country, all the people who walk through these halls. This eagle feather is your guide, and anyone who knows about that feather knows as you hold it, your thoughts, whatever you are thinking, whatever is in your heart and your mind is taken directly to the Creator. So it's going to help you, again, let go when you need to let go of stuff, and it's going to help lead you as you need leading on. So we are very honored to gift you with this great responsibility because we think you are, we're going to hold you though to that challenge.
Big watch.
Is it okay if I hug you? Even with your...
Okay. It's more than okay. Thank you so much.
I'm going to hug you on your outside because we have to balance, okay?
Thank you so much. Big watch.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. This is lovely.
Thank you. Here to sing an honor song in recognition of this presentation is David Charette of the Ojibwe Nation. Everyone please rise.
Honey, oh, you know it in our way, honey, oh, you know it in our way, no way, no way, no way, honey, oh, you know it in our way, honey, oh, you know it in our way, no way, no way, no way, honey, oh, you know it in our way, honey, oh, you know it in no way, no way, no way, no way, honey, oh, you know it in no way, honey, oh, you know it in no way, no way, no way, no, oh, and I know, he no, and honey, oh, you know it in no way, honey, oh, you know it in no way, no way, no way, no way, honey, oh, you know it in no way, honey, oh, you know it in no way, no way, no way, no, when I know he no, honey, oh, you know it in no way, honey, oh, you know it in no way, no way, no way, no way, honey, oh, you know it in no way, honey, oh, you know it in no way, no way, no way, no way, honey, oh, you know it in no way, honey, oh, you know it in no way, no way, no way, no way, honey, oh, you know it in no way, honey, oh, you know it in no way, no way, no way, no one I know, he no one, honey, oh, you know it in no way, honey, oh, you know it in no way, no way, no way, no way, honey, oh, you know it in no way, honey, oh, you know it in no way, no way, no way, no one I know, he no one.
Good morning. Bon matin tout le monde. Ça va bien? Wow. It's a thrill to be here. I'm just overwhelmed to be officially installed as the 15th President and Vice Chancellor at Carleton University. Make yourself comfortable. It's so wonderful. It's so wonderful that this ceremony is taking place today during convocation as you, our inspiring Carleton graduates, are embarking on the next chapter of your lives. Just like you, our great students who are graduating today. I chose to come to Carleton. I chose very carefully. It was a decision based on values. I was looking for a community that shares my values, for a place that gives students what they need and deserve. A place that cares about undergraduate education, student success, and helping people achieve self-determined lives. A place that leads to great career outcomes for our graduates. And as some of you know, arguably the most prestigious international ranking in the world, Quacquarelli-Simons, QS, just let us know that we made the Canadian top 10 for graduate career success. I think that speaks to the kind of students that comes to Carleton and to the kind of education that we provide. By the way, we're also top 5 in Maclean's if you care about rankings. Personally, when we go up, I love rankings. When we go down, they're awful biased things. I was looking for a place in coming to Carleton that cares about innovation, about research that matters, about making a difference in the world. We do that every single day. There are hundreds of examples, but I'll give you 2. Physics professor Manuela Winkter has been named deputy spokesperson at Atlas at CERN, the Large Hadron Collider in Switzerland, perhaps the most high-profile lab in the world, where she now plays a leading role. James Milner from Political Science is leading a $3.6 million partnership grant with a huge international team on the global refugee situation, looking for solutions. Carleton's a place that has a real sense of community. I've been feeling that every day since I'm on campus. It's also a place where you can be yourself and you don't have to conform. Maybe this is striking to me because I was at Queen's before. This is an open, a welcoming, and inclusive environment. I was stunned by how beautiful our campus is. When you walk along the canal, the river, you really feel the power and the beauty of campus. And I'm sure graduates, you'll miss just walking on campus. So please do come back. These things matter. Places have power. I think Carleton has the perfect balance between the bustle of a downtown campus and the more contemplative feel of a liberal arts college. There's energy, there's action, it's vibrant, but there's also space to think. I see incredible potential for Carleton. This is the kind of university that is really going to thrive in the 21st century. We're of considerable size, 30,000 students, but not insanely large. We're a national university in a city that matters, the national capital, Ottawa. As an institution, we're established enough to have history and a strong culture, but at the same time, we're young enough to have flexibility and the courage to try new things. We're deeply rooted locally, but also have national and international impact and ambitions. This is an exciting time for Carleton, but also a challenging time in the broader world. Individuals, institutions, societies, and the planet face significant challenges in our modern world. You can see it in the incidence of mental health and addiction issues, in the tensions associated with living together in a global world, in climate change. What can we do here at Carleton to address these challenges and embrace our opportunities is something we're going to have to figure out together as a community. Our current strategic plan, 2013-2018, is coming to an end. So within a year, we'll be bringing the community together to renew that plan and map out our future for the next 5, 10 years. What should Carleton look like in 2030? What do we need to do now to be the best Carleton that we can be 10 years down the road? What opportunities do we have? How are we going to seize them? I'm not worried about disruption. I'm worried about missing the opportunities that disruption will bring. I'll be honest, there's something a bit surreal. There's something a bit surreal about standing here today. If somebody told me 10 years ago that one day I'd be selected by a serious and respectable hiring committee to lead a major Canadian university, I would have thought they were either crazy or high. We're all on a journey. We're walking down the road of life as best as we can. That journey is a great gift. I know that now, but I didn't always. And I want to tell you a bit about my own journey, because at the end of the day, the only thing really original and important that we have to contribute, by definition, comes from lived experience. Anything else you can find on Google. My journey started in a deeply dysfunctional family, and that's a euphemism. It was a disturbing and dark place. My father, who's passed away now, he hurt so much from his own past that he was not able to stop hurting others. He drank himself to death. I think about him today. When you grow up in that kind of environment, day after day, year after year, never really safe, always tense, always afraid, at the same time craving for love, you come to think it's your fault. That's where the shame comes in. And the warped self-view where you think you deserve contempt and pain, but certainly not joy or love. So to make a long story short, when you come out of that sort of place, you don't come out shining. So I figure I was in and out of depression, mostly in for about 20 years, in pain psychologically and physically too, just waiting for each day to end. 20 years is a long time to live like that. Lots of alcohol and drugs. That's self-medication. People say alcohol and drugs is a problem. For the people who use them, it's often an attempted solution to the problem of living with trauma. So I've only recently started to talk about this. To tell the truth about my journey, I'm of the view that the truth will set you free. It's not easy because there's a lot of tacit pressure not to talk about things like that. I started when I heard Clara Hughes, the Olympian, speak about her own difficulties for the first time in public, her own difficult childhood, her own addiction issues. And I remember thinking, wow, you can say those things out loud? I was just stunned. But you know what? Clara was so right, talking openly and honestly about mental health issues, their symptoms and their causes, is the first step towards addressing them, both as an individual and as society. So I've been on the path of recovery for 10 years now. I'm learning to love life again, to love myself again, and it's been amazing. There's literally a veil that lifts, and you get to see the world in colors again. A few years ago when I needed it, an Indigenous healer told me, even with 7 arrows through the heart, you can heal, and he would know. We must take heart that healing, as an individual, as a society, as a planet, is always possible. And we must journey towards resilience, purpose, and gratitude. Resilience, purpose, and gratitude. These 3 words mean the world to me. They're my core values. They're also not coincidentally, I hold, the values of Carleton University. Values matter. They define where you stand, what you stand for, or where you want to go. At Carleton here we have a great phrase. We say we're here for good. We're here for good. That embodies our values in two wonderful complementary ways. When you say you're here for good, it's a statement of resilience. We're here for good. We will stand our ground, whatever happens. Carleton is a resilient place. We're standing our ground. We've been doing so since the Second World War, through tough times. Life is hard. It's incredibly beautiful, too, but it's hard. Resilience is what allows us to stand tall, to come up with ways to take on the challenges of life, and to come out stronger and wiser on the other side. Here for good is also a statement of purpose. We're here for the greater good, social, economic, and common good. We're here to contribute, and that's purpose. Purpose gives meaning to an individual life. Resilience will make it possible to bear suffering. Purpose justifies the bearing of suffering and makes it worthwhile. If you're lucky on a good day, resilience and purpose will lead you to gratitude. Higher education, what we're doing here. The university with a capital U, that's my life. It's given me resilience. It's given me purpose. It's given me everything, much more than I can give back. And I'm so grateful. I'm so honored, so humbled to be installed as President and Vice Chancellor of Carleton University. I'm so excited, our graduates, to see where all of you will go from here. Excited to see how you will contribute to our task eternal of trying to make the world a better place. Before I close, a few very sincere thanks. To my parents who've passed away, thank you. To our Senate and to our board, in particular our chair, Nick Nanos, for believing in me, for giving me the opportunity to serve, to lead us to serve. To my predecessors who led Carleton so well and on whose shoulders I stand, in particular, Alistair Summerlee, Roseanne Runta, and Rick Van Loon. To my leadership team who's been so supportive, simply outstanding. To our faculty and staff for all you do for Carleton every day and for the warm welcome. Our alumni, of course, here and around the world. Our Indigenous community, thank you for our partnership. Miigwech. Lastly, to all our students, you make Carleton great. Congratulations to all of today's graduates. Thank you so very much for welcoming me into the Carleton community. With open arms, open minds, open hearts. Merci tout le monde. Félicitations. Congratulations again. Have a great, great day.